Tired of your old kitchen or bathroom? Upgrade to the home of your dreams with Manny and Courtney from CMK Construction. CMK Construction is Tampa's award-winning kitchen and bath leader for over 20 years. Right now, save $3,000 on a new kitchen and $2,000 on a new bathroom. And take advantage of our no money down and no interest financing until 2026. Imagine, design, build. Tired of your
Streaming
old
from the
kitchen?
ABC Action Weather Center in Studio A, this is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by CMK Construction, crafting Tampa's most exquisite bathrooms and kitchens.
How you doing, everybody? It's a Friday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live, and it is definitely more of an OG broadcast tonight. The WNBA is on the spot, so that means I'm not going to have to sit here and worry about timing. I will have the ability to just do weather if I want to, or talk to you guys if I want to, and I won't need y'all to be like, break, Dennis, go to break, because we don't have any breaks, which is, okay. I mean, I love breaks because breaks do kind of pay the paychecks. But, you know what, this gives us a chance to chat because we haven't really had the chance to do a lot of one-on-one lately. I've been all caught up in, we've been caught up in Erin, right? Talking a lot about what Erin's going to do, which we're going to do as well. Erin's going to be a beast, but the track right now looks to be pretty much exactly what we've been saying for the last 5 or 6 days. And if it does play out that way, it may not make landfall anywhere. Like literally the center or the eye conceivably would not cross any landmass whatsoever, which would be amazing if that happens. But we're going to talk local because we do have some rain. We got some storms. We have local impacts from Erin, what that is going to be. It may surprise you. And going to do some Q&A. So let's kind of scroll up and see what we have here. So, again, I missed the first ones. I did see Anna Maria and Steve, and some of our OG folks were definitely here. So how you guys doing? It's been a while since we've had a chance to talk one-on-one. Michael, how you doing? Good to see you. Charlotte, nice to see you in Largo. So, by the way, Deb just mentioned Wix. OMG, it's Wix. We've got Araceli in Phoenix. Going to fly into Anna Maria Island tomorrow. I think you'll be just fine. I do think you're going to see some afternoon and evening storms for the next couple of days, but otherwise you're going to be okay. So let's go ahead and who else do we have here? We've got Alicia. Good to see you as always. Absolutely, Kurt. I think we are going to dodge the proverbial bullet with Erin. That's what it looks like. And when I say we, I mean mankind. I don't mean just Florida. I mean literally Earth. Planet Earth may dodge the bullet with Erin. I'm not ready to go quite out on that limb yet. Sue from Ocala, how you doing? Good to see you. Alyssa, as always, nice to see you in Holiday. Michael, Gulfport checking in. Bradenton's in the house with Dina. We've got Joanne in Hudson, Tarpon Springs with Judy, Tampa, Ryan, and starting to boom, so says Deborah in Brandon. I'm assuming she means thunderstorms. Just leave it at that. Palm Arbor's in the house with Tracy. Good to see you. Howdy to you, Annie. Land Lakes, Sandy, Spring Hill, Crystal. And Jules, Stormy and Brandon. You know what? Let's go ahead and look at some radar. And, I see that. I see that. So lots of folks here. Lots of folks interested in talking about, wait a minute. Someone's saying, Jody, did you hear a Black Hawk helicopter near my house at 10:45? If so, that was your son. I don't remember if I did or not, Jody, but I'm glad to see that you are not hidden, because for the while you were hidden in your comments, but you are not now. So let's go ahead and do some weather, and then we'll talk whatever we want to talk about. The show, the floor is yours. Oh, by the way, as I was starting to say, so there's the Dan Schaefer. That's not the Dan Schaefer who used to work here. I think he lives in Alabama. Anyway, I sent OMG it's Wicks, I sent him a roll number 7 hoodie yesterday. Now, wasn't sure which one to send him. I know he likes FSU, so I sent him the garnet and gold version of the roll number 7 hoodie. He's going to get it like on the 25th of August. So my hope is there will be some kind of shtick, some kind of skit with OMG it's Wicks representing the roll number 7 hoodie. That is my hope. And I actually sent him a t-shirt too? I can't remember. A lot of folks are asking, so you know what? I'll just go ahead and show you what that is. So here's what's going on. We have had an Etsy page for years. Etsy takes ridiculously large cuts of the profits, which we donate to charity. So it always drove me crazy. So my thought is we're going to find, and by the way, the Teespring place, don't use our Teespring link for merch anymore. They have had nothing but problems for the last year. They've been undependable. They haven't sent money. I mean, it's been a really bad deal. So we went away from Teespring and we've gone to our new site, which is now everything. All the Etsy stuff, don't go to Etsy anymore. Go to what is called Fourth Wall. If you want to Google Fourth Wall and then Fourth Wall Rule 7, you'll see our page. But at the end of the day, I'm going to show you because all proceeds benefit charity. And here it is. So everything that was on the Etsy page, and we're adding a lot more, like clear bags. And I actually got my first, I ordered about 10 things, and it came a few days ago, and they're pretty awesome. So we've still got our cups, we still have our tumblers, we've got our hoodies, different colors. There's the Bucks tee right there. Got the front zip, ask and ye shall receive. You guys wanted a zippered hoodie, and we have done it. Lots of different colors, lots of different brands. You know, we've got the blue and white, we've got the USF colors, we've got the FSU, the UF. So there's right there, there's the USF color. That's the front, and there's the back. So pretty awesome. And again, as we said, all proceeds benefit Feeding Tampa Bay, Children's Miracle Network. There's our Gator colors. You know, there's the Knoll colors. There's the embroidered hats. There's UCF, mouse pads. Dan Kellerman put a really nice little dentist mug there. It's pretty cool. We got Snuggle Alert stuff. We got candles. Again, you can go on my website, on Facebook rather, go to Facebook, and if you do that, at the very top of my Facebook page, you'll see a link to go to Fourth Wall. But if you don't want to go that way, just Google Fourth Wall, Rule 7, it'll show up. Proceeds benefit all those local charities. So there you go. A lot of folks are asking, and still some people have been using Etsy. And like, don't use the Etsy page. We're going to shut it down because they take too big of a cut, and we want every cent to go to charity. All right, let's go ahead and go back to weather. There is a look at radar. Penn State colors, Lisa. Oh, yes, they are. The blue and white. They're also Bolt colors, but they're also Penn State colors. And Sean, I'm with you. So let's go ahead and look at radar because Jules and some other folks were saying that Brandon is picking up some thunderstorms right now. Everything that was over Sarasota County and Manatee County has wound down. But there's what's going on. There's one little cell that's moved off of Apollo Beach, moving into the bay. There's the other area with some lightning from Valrico, west-southwest of Bloomingdale. You can see it right there near Fishhawk. Valrico, Seffner area. There's the Brandon. There's Brandon right there. And over the last 15 minutes, let's see where it's going. Zoop, going west. So, yep, headed over to Brandon. There's what Jules was talking about. And then we got some more stuff going on in western Polk County. All right? There it is. Up and in Pasco, too. Western Pasco County. This is heading to the WC. So Wesley Chapel, you're seeing it. Zephyr Hills, Dade City, you're going to get some, nothing too dramatic, but, you know, over the next few hours, we're still going to be looking at this. Okay? No TV tonight. Yep, no TV tonight because the WNBA is on. All right. Let's keep looking. Temperatures right now, anywhere from the upper 80s to the middle 90s. And we had feels like temperatures up around 110, and there was a heat advisory. Michael, how you doing? Michael, thank you again for those yummy kisses, those chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate kisses. I can't remember the name of the company you said what it was, but it was really good. And the also he sent me the Old Bay cheese curls. Those were awesome too. I'm looking if there's a heat advisory. I'm looking at the weather service here. See if there's a heat advisory for tomorrow. So looks like there's one. This is weird. They have one on here. It looks like it's for Sunday, which is really kind of odd. I don't know why the weather service is showing that. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. It says for Sunday. Maybe they meant Friday. Don't know what to say. Not seeing it yet. Would not be surprised at all if we have a heat advisory, though, because it is Wilbur Chocolates. That's what it was, Michael. Thank you. It was stinking hot out there. Cindy's in Universal. How you doing? Oh, Jacqueline, wait a minute. Jacqueline got the new zip-up Rule Number 7 hoodie today. I've not seen one yet. Just ordered a couple days ago, so it was fast. Royal blue, and I love it. Awesome. So there you go. Jacqueline is the first person to have actually received the zippered up hoodie. And I haven't seen any of this stuff. I had to order it myself because, you know, we're donating it to charity. So it's kind of silly for me to get it for free. So I buy it, and I just got some tees and a new hat and some tank tops for the girls. And I've ordered 7 new hoodies. They're not in yet. 7 with different colors. So I'm looking forward to trying those out. So anyway, thank you. Yeah, if you guys order some stuff, please share your thoughts about it because we've had to adjust the sizing of because we just do it ourselves. We don't know what we're doing. I mean, we don't know what we're doing. So we take the sizing and we have to adjust it, make it a little smaller, move it up a little bit, and we're kind of doing that. So definitely, if you see something that needs work on it, let me know. Gina and Holiday, how you doing? Oh, we're getting a request to have a band. I've not seen. I'm gonna have to start checking the comments. Gonna have to start checking them. Trisha ordered a zip-up hoodie as well. It's on the way. So, a young Brian Norcross. No, I wish. No, I'm not young, if only. So, yeah, Melissa, if you want a T-shirt, again, go to the site, and you will see it. There are lots of T-shirts, all the colors, all the styles, tank tops, everything. All right, and the proceeds benefit the local charities. All right. Well, I'm looking, Sean. So if I see a spam, I see you guys are saying it, but I've not seen it myself firsthand yet. Oh, the YouTube channel still has the Etsy link. Thank you, Anthony. I will go in and change that. Yeah, PJ Trades. A lot of people are saying. So, Elaine. All right, can somebody post that? Hold on. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to post it right now. I'm going to post the link right now. There it is. I just posted the link. Penn State is in the house. How you doing, Mark? Okay, that's a good question. How do they run? They run a little. Okay, I'm going to talk about. Look, I know some people are here just to talk about the weather, but especially now that I'm not on TV tonight, we're really, and I'm going to answer your questions because I love the Rule 7 stuff because it benefits local charities and it's stuff we designed and we take a lot of pride in that. So I've noticed with the fourth wall, it does run a little small. This is an XL. The T-shirts, I noticed run a little small. So you might want to size up one. You might want to size up one. And if you've already ordered and it's small on you, return it and they'll send you another one, I'm sure. But I have noticed that it does run a little bit small. All right, let's get back to the weather. All right. So Outside right now, Tampa, we hit 95 degrees. I'm with you, Michael. I like the hurricane cakes myself. I'm not going to lie to you. That's not I didn't do that, but USF colors are cool, Ryan. I agree. 2 degrees shy of the record today, 97 degrees. Yeah, those chocolates were so good, Michael. I'm with you. Mary in Palm Harbor, how you doing? No more bobbleheads, Mark. Those bobbleheads were from the Dunedin Blue Jays. They were actually from the Dunedin Blue Jays. New Hampshire's in the house with Janet John. So I know you want to hear what's going on with Erin, and we're getting to it. Okay, you don't see the link. I posted it in the comments. All you got to do, Tammy, is Google fourth wall rule 7. Just Google that. Do fourth, F-O-U-R-T-H, fourth wall rule 7. And I promise you that'll take you right to the page. Okay? It will work. All right, so anyway, the next couple of days, we are on a pattern where the mornings will be dry. They will be sunny. There will be no rain in the morning. Okay? No rain in the morning. But in the afternoon, after 4 o'clock, you will see them. Lauren from Jersey's in the house. How goes it, Lauren? So there's 4 o'clock, but look what happens. I'm going to go hour by hour. Not rule 6, Diane. Rule 7. Fourth wall, rule 7. So watch it. Here's a look at Saturday, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and they really start to blow up. Michelle from Seminoles in the house. How you doing, Michelle? By the way, I've got lots of things a lot of announcements I got to make. Bonita Springs is in the house from Lori. How you doing? Oh, there you go, Lisa, fourth wall. Lisa just posted a link in the comments. Maddie, how are you? Or Marty, nice to see you. The final vote on the hurricane cakes, I've not heard, Kim, but I know they're like 70, I think they're like at 10 or 11,000 likes so far. All right, so there it is. That is the evening. From around 7 o'clock tomorrow night to 10 o'clock, we're going to get another line of storms come through. Brooke in San Antonio Dade, nice to see you. Largo's in the house with Giovanna. And Christy, daughter rode the train to Virginia, then drove to Maine, Sean. So Sean is our 540 man. Sean is the man who loves the cooler weather. And Sunday, we see it again. Okay, so we're going to start with some conversations here. First of all, look at the air on Tuesday. See how the rain chances are dropping? Oh, Shar got the new hat. I bought one of those hats too. Love it. Sue is ordering a zip-up hoodie. Awesome. So notice on Tuesday, rain chances go down. Bridget, are you in Nashville? Oh, about that. 13,000 for the cakes now? Wow. It's crazy. So here you go. We are now entering the heart of the hurricane season. Not the peak. The peak is September 10th. But from mid-August to mid-October is the heart of the hurricane season, okay? Now, there is a look at Hurricane Erin. It only took me 17 minutes to get to it. If we were on TV, I would have had to have been faster. See, this is what I love about having just us here. It's just a lot easier, okay? I don't have to worry about breaks. So there is a look at Erin. And this is the latest advisory from the Hurricane Center. Knoxville is checking in. Mary, how are you? Good to see you. I had a lot of relatives in Knoxville. So if this track verifies, it will not make landfall anywhere. Dominic, happy birthday in advance. They don't make those hurricane cakes, Dominic. That was kind of the big controversy. I don't know if it's a big controversy, but it was certainly a controversy. So a couple years ago, Publix decided to no longer make hurricane cakes because they thought it was inappropriate when there was a storm coming. It's their call. It's their ball game, right? Their stores. They were cakes. Publix has great cakes. Most people agree with that. It was cakes, and they had a top of it. It was decorated like a hurricane. Or they had cookies, and I used to buy them. I bought them all. I'm not gonna lie. I bought them all. They had big, giant chocolate chip cookies that had hurricanes on them. And they usually had it for the storm that was coming. And I would argue most people thought they were pretty awesome. But Publix decided they didn't think it was appropriate, and they stopped making them. Well, now on Florida Memes, it's a website on Facebook, or a site on Facebook, a page on Facebook. They have made it, excuse me, they have taken it upon themselves to try to get Publix to change their mind. And so they have done a petition.change.org to try to get it. Now, a petition is not binding. They don't have to do it. But it's been funny because they, for days now, have just been showing all these things to get them to get the Publix cakes to come back in the stores. And that's where it came from. All right, Christy in Clearwater, how are you? So if this track coach GFS was all over it for more than a week, I don't know, Lance. I think most of them really did a pretty good job on this. But you're right. Well, if the GFS is right, if you're telling me that is, thank you, Anna Maria. If you're telling me that this is the year of the GFS, you don't want to be in New Orleans on the 28th. And by the way, Quilting Susan just mentioned that. And we will talk about that in just a second. Susan ordered the new mugs. I love the mugs. The mugs are awesome. They're colorful. They're well made. Loving it. So there's a look at the track. If indeed this verifies, it will not make landfall anywhere. Here are the new spaghetti models. Yeah, Amber, if you own a bakery, man, if you made hurricane cakes, holy cow, you would make a fortune. There are the spaghetti models. You see, they're, pretty close to Bermuda. So Jody wants to know if we're good to go in St. Martin. You know what? That's a really good question. And let's go back. Let's go back to that graphic. So here this is. Now, if you were to draw, now it's moving west-northwest, okay? So if you were to draw a line due west, that would stay just north of St. Martin. But if you were to draw a line west-northwest, you're pretty far north of St. Martin. The track kind of shows it. Let me zoom in on the track for you. It'll make the numbers look wonky, but it might show it to you a little bit better. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom in for you. All right, here you go. So here you go. So in terms of distance, it's probably more than 60 miles away from St. Martin. So right now, if we take a look at how far tropical storm or hurricane force winds, let's read the advisory, and I will tell you what it says as I'm looking at it right here. 8 o'clock advisory intensifying. It is now up to 85 miles an hour. Breaking weather news. Erin is now up to 85 miles an hour, okay? And tropical storm watch in effect for St. Martin. So you're in a tropical storm watch, and you'll probably be in a tropical storm warning. But here you go. Hurricane force winds extend 25 miles out. Tropical storm force winds extend 115 miles out. So St. Martin will not get hurricane force winds. I will argue if this track is accurate, no one will get hurricane force winds. But you will get tropical storm force winds. Tropical storm winds extend out 115 miles from the center. Each point of longitude or latitude is 60 miles. So that is probably about 75 miles out from the center. From here to here is 60 miles. Here to here, another 60 miles. Here to here, 60 miles. Yeah, Puerto Rico is not even going to get tropical storm force winds. But St. Martin will in the Virgin Islands. So that is the way it looks. I'm zooming in big time to all these little islands. So I guess you could argue, and so right here, this track, remember, each point is 60 miles, so that's probably 80 That's probably 100 miles. So I would say anywhere from the northern edge to the northeast of San Juan, these islands right here are going to see tropical storm force winds. And that's about it. All these little islands right there are probably going to get tropical storm force winds. Okay? I think that's probably legit. Dominican will not. Haiti will not. Are you getting seasick looking at that, me doing that? So that is kind of the way I see it. All right? Now let's go back to asking your questions. Researching my next port of calls as a Christian. Okay, so any warnings for the islands? At this point, latest advisory, no warnings. Antigua and Barbuda has discontinued tropical storm watch. They are no longer in a tropical storm watch. Tropical storm watch for Anguilla, St. Martin, and that interest along from the Turks and Caicos and Puerto Rico, they are not in a watch. They're just suggested to look at it. So I'm not going to save that view. All right. So there you have it, okay? So let's go back to where we were. Like I said, we are coming up on the heart of the hurricane season. So let's look at some models, shall we? And we will kind of go from there. And then you will see why the GFS is raising eyebrows, as it always does, yet again. Elizabeth ordered a hoodie and a wine cup. You are prepared. Good job. Hilton Head, South Carolina. Okay, I will say this again, guys. I will say this again. I do not, and this is kind of a bold statement, but I don't care. I'm going to say it, all right? I do not think any part of the continental United States will see impacts directly from Erin, other than breezy weather in the Outer Banks, okay, some beach erosion possible, and some high surf. I'm going to show you all those maps coming up right now, by the way. Streamers, that's right, streamers are out at 8 o'clock, I think. See, I still got to time it out. But I'm going to jump into these real quick for the streamers. You just need to watch on Facebook. I'm just telling you, you need to watch on Facebook. Bermuda is a close call, Sue. That is the one I cannot guarantee yet. All right. Spaghetti models look really good, right? Look, it ain't hitting the United States. It's not. And we've been saying that for days, but people don't want to listen. Or there's some people who rather just be like, oh, whatever. I don't even want to get into it. All right. Okay. So let's look at the next pick. There are the ensembles. Here's the Euro ensemble. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of things. Obviously, there is a ton of agreement. None of the European models has it impacting the U.S. But as OMG It's Wick says, what's happening right here? To be continued. There are a very few Euro ensemble members that are showing something right there, okay? Let's look at the next map. Here's the Euro AI. Same thing, Euro AI, all of the members are now offshore. No impact on the U.S. What's happening right here? Not a lot. Couple of members are showing something. Here's the GFS. GFS, similar. Very good agreement on offshore. What's happening right here? Okay, that is around the 27th or 28th. So what is happening around there? All right, here you go. I'm going to show you the I'm going to show you the GFS. I'm going to show it to you. Remember, before I do show it to you, just remember, and I will say this, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Last year, the GFS spun up 462 tropical storms. True story. 462. There were 17. So it is notorious for spinning things up past day 10 that never materialize. Okay? I throw that out there with good reason because the GFS is up to its usual nonsense again. Look at what the GFS is showing. We go through, we see no problems with Erin. There it goes. There goes Erin. By the way, this other one, a little something right here, but it's no threat to anybody, but it may get named. Anyway, look down in the Caribbean. Look down in the same area that is missing Erin. So you got something coming in, a wave off of Africa. I mean, it's coming all the way off of Africa. We'll go all the way back. There it goes. It's off of Africa. It's moving across, goes into the islands, goes into Cuba, splits the difference between Cuba and Florida, and goes into the northern Gulf as a hurricane. All right, again, if I said this once, I'll say it a million times. It's the GFS doing GFS things. Don't worry about it. Erin is going to miss everybody. Streamers, have a great weekend. Watch out for your late day storms. We'll be back on Monday on Dennis Phillips Live. Okay, streamers are gone. So now it's just us. Now it's just our original group. The OGs are here. What's going on out here? So, all right. So, Michael, you just got hidden apparently because you said a word you're not allowed to say on Facebook. And I know you didn't mean to, but you did. Okay, so there is the GFS doing GFS things, okay? Yesterday was Florida, today it's New Orleans, tomorrow I'm probably gonna be gone. But let's look at the Euro and see what the Euro shows. There's Erin, missing everybody. I mean, getting, a little close to the Carolinas, maybe a little breezy weather, that's about it. No big deal. And then let's see what the Euro shows down there in that same area. I don't see anything. Like I see literally nothing, right? Because the Euro shows 0 in the operational run. 0. Now remember, the ensemble did show a couple of things, not a lot, but they did show a couple. But the operational run is showing bupkis, showing nothing. All right, let's look at the Euro AI. Now the Euro AI is a little bit different, okay? It also keeps the storm away from the U.S., as it will. And then it does start to show a little something, just north of the islands and maybe curving out to sea around that high. Look at that. Look how it goes around that high. We're looking down here. Looking down here by the islands. And look how it goes around the perimeter of the high. Watch this. Look at the ridge. And look how it literally goes right around it. Boy, that looks familiar, doesn't it? Between two areas of high pressure. That's Erin Part 2. Much weaker, but that is what it shows. So you've got the Euro showing nothing. You've got the Euro AI showing something curving out to sea. And you've got the GFS bringing a big hurricane into the northern Gulf Coast. So what does that tell us? It tells us a lot of nothing. It tells us that it's absolutely ridiculous to even consider any of this. Yes, we are going to see development this time of the year. It is what you would expect, but it is certainly nothing to worry about. So at the end of the day, this is our spaghetti models for Erin, which now has winds of 85 miles an hour. All right? There it is. That's it. That's all we got. So let's talk about some announcements. I don't know. So we have a big announcement that we're announcing here on Monday on ABC Action News. You probably, I don't know if you'll care or not. And I don't think I'm allowed to say anything yet, so I'm not gonna. But there will be some changes on Monday to what you see on ABC Action News. I can leave it at that, I guess. Not people, not personnel, just some changes and stuff. So that's happening on Monday. I just agreed to do the Orlando Home and Garden Show in September, 2 hurricane seminars. I'm going to talk to whoever shows up at the convention center in Orlando, and we're going to do some hurricane conversations. That's the 3rd week in September. MC the Sunshine Foundation's fundraiser, the 1st weekend in September. I will be sharing some of their stuff on my page because there's some fundraiser stuff going on there. So that's something we'll be doing. And Ryan, my daughter, singing the national anthem. The rescheduled date is September 3rd, I believe. It's a Wednesday. I think it is. Wait a minute, let me look on the calendar and see. I'm so bad at organizing things. Yes, September 3rd, that Wednesday at the Threshers Park. Ryan will be singing the national anthem. So that's exciting. That'll be fun. Okay, here's another one. Now, this one's kind of funny. So the Manatee Performing Arts Center in Bradenton, they are doing a musical called Gutenberg. I may or may not be somewhat involved in that, possibly. It's a surprise, it's a secret, but that might be coming up in the 2nd week of September. So there's like all sorts of stuff going on, right? Somewhere sandwiched in between, we'll be tracking some hurricanes. But at this point, Erin, no threat to the U.S., right? Some surf, certainly. I did have that map. Stand by. I think I had the wave map. I did. I know I have the wave map. I think it's right here. Yes. All right, there is the wave map. So this is good for cruisers, all right? So these are your significant wave heights in feet according to the Euro. Here is tomorrow. Now look at the color scale, all right? I wish I had done this when the streamers were still here. So there are your wave heights with that color scale. Got it? Okay. So this is tomorrow. You know, it looks like it maxes orange about 20 feet. This is Sunday. Looks like maybe 22 feet. This is Monday. Once you're getting, it's east of the Bahamas, but look at the Bahamas. For cruisers, you're talking about maybe a 12 to 16 foot wave, which is not outlandish. Closer to the center is closer to 30. All right? Then let's look at Tuesday. Then you're all of a sudden at about a 40-foot wave closer to the center, and the Bahamas are still probably looking at about a 12 to 16-foot wave. All right? Then we go to Wednesday morning, next Wednesday. Then you're talking about a 50 to 55-foot wave near the center. But along the U.S. coast, you're talking 8 to 10-foot surf. Bahamas, about the same. So you're really never going to be more than about 12 to 14 feet in the Bahamas for the cruisers, unless for whatever reason they get lost and they're out here in the middle, and that would be bad. They don't want to be out in the middle. And then look at Thursday. So this is when I think you're going to start seeing surf and beach erosion around the Outer Banks, and it's a very, very common thing with a storm of this nature. You're going to start seeing waves of 12 to 14, maybe even 16 feet, some surf off the Outer Banks of the Carolinas. There's going to be some pretty significant surf there. So there you go. For cruisers, that is something to keep in mind. For most of us, it is not. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. And there's your spaghetti models. All right. So, does anybody have any questions? Let's just look at your questions. I did not see okay, next week, good day to take the boat out of Hernando? Any day, Patty. Any day next week, you are good. All right? Will Amelie be called the bench now? I don't know, that's a good question. Some people have said that. Don't know. waiting for rain at Pinellas Park. You'll be waiting a while. I don't think you're going to get rain tonight. Tomorrow you should. Tomorrow you should, Amy. Let's see if I missed anything. Is OBX likely to have major flooding from Erin? No. Wait a minute. OBX. Wait. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, the Outer Banks. There could be a little surge. There could be a little surge. Not huge, but with some surf, there might be a little bit of water there. There might be some coastal flooding. I am ready for fantasy football, Kathleen. I have been doing my research, Kathleen, and I am ready. No, I'm not quite ready, but I'm getting there. I am getting there. Max peak Erin looks like we're going about 145 is what the Hurricane Center is saying, Theodore. When can you decorate for Halloween, for the harvest? I think September 1's legit. I do. I think you can start decorating for harvest on September 1 and Halloween October 1. Maybe even Halloween September 15th. You know me, guys. I'm early on all this stuff. I would do Christmas 1st of November if I could, if people would let me. Happy Friday to you, Elizabeth. Storm is not heading to Florida, Wendy. The storm is not heading to Florida or anywhere in the United States. Bahamas on the 23rd, Eric wants to know. By then it will be over. You'll be okay. Bridget needs a weather report for tomorrow. Bridget, where are you going tomorrow? Michael's hearing thunder in Lancaster. That's usually early September, Danielle. Cloud seeding, I personally don't believe in. I just don't believe in it. I don't. I mean, it's just, I'm not a big conspiracy theory person when it comes to that stuff. I'm just not. I think if cloud seeding worked, we would never have drought again. Right? We would never have drought. So I don't buy it. Let's see. Where was Bridget's question? I missed it. Going scuba diving tomorrow in West Palm. You'll be fine. There will be no surf from Erin yet. Noon TPA. You'll be fine, Bridget. You will be fine. Nothing until probably 6 o'clock. What's after Erin? Well, Mark, the GFS is bringing up something last week in August. The Euro has a few ensemble members that show it, but not too many. But there are a few. We are going to have a fantasy football edition. As a matter of fact, Todd Wright, who runs a fantasy football league that I've been in a couple of times, and was on ESPN for a long time, he has volunteered to be on a DPL Plus to talk fantasy football. So I'm thinking about that. My dinner, thank you, Kimmy. My dinner was great with Shay. He then went to Boston. Shay did a little bit of modeling for his company on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Boston. He flew it up to Boston. He did that and just got back early this morning. So they flew him out to London to do some modeling. They flew him out to Boston to do some modeling. And he's saying there's might even word that he might get to go international in some other places as well. So he's been involved in this company that's a clothing company, an online clothing company. He's doing really well. The company's doing well. And you guys are always asking, so I might even share some of the pictures and some of the stuff that he has eventually. But he's doing good. He's a good-looking kid, and he's living the dream. So it's pretty fun. Did the golf blob die? Yes, it did, KJ. It moved inland without ever doing anything. Will Lexington see anything from Erin? Dan, it will not. No one in the U.S. will get anything more than maybe the Outer Banks might get a little breezy weather and some water. That's it. Other than that, I see no issues at all. Okay, Lauren, now I'm going to ask you. Lauren, I have a bad feeling. Lauren, did you order on Teespring? Lauren, if you ordered on Teespring, I'm telling you right now, I personally think you should. I've said this a few times. Teespring has been a nightmare. They were great for years, and in the last year, they've just been nothing but trouble. And people have not gotten their orders, and I have suggested people to cancel the order and cancel your credit card on it. I'm sure it'll probably come, but they've been horrible, which is why we moved. So we no longer are doing business for Teespring. We're doing it with Fourth Wall. Fourth Wall is this one. Fourth Wall has come out. They're usually, you get your stuff in 7 to 10 days. The quality's been great. So in my opinion, I would file a dispute in your credit card, I would cancel the payment, and I would order with the other site because they've just been terrible. It's been awful. I'm so upset by it because there's been people, and I think most everybody's gotten their refunds, but a lot of stuff, it just never got there. So I would avoid Teespring like the plague. It's been that bad. So that is my thought on that. Beth wants to see Local Radar. All right, let's jump back into Local Radar for you. All right. Let's go back. Call it up. There you go. Here is Local Radar. Seeing if I had any of the questions that I missed here. You're talking about putting up your decorations. I'm with you. Bradenton Beach next Saturday. Kathy, typical summer stuff. Flying out of Miami on the 24th. Should be okay. If the GFS is right, it's still a day or two after that. Yeah, Fourth Wall is great, Etta, whichever it is. Great. Fourth Wall is awesome. Teespring has been they were great. They were awesome for years. But now they're just the worst. Wait a minute, I'm scrolling down. Bahamas are watching. Pamela, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. It's going to stay east of you. Disney 1st to the 4th, you'll probably be fine. I don't see anything really pressing in that time frame. 21st, no issues at all from New York. Denise, you're going to be good. I'm scrolling down as... Yeah, I don't know why it is, Michael, but it's been like this for a year. It's been awful. Yeah, Joel, Todd Wright. Yep. Up New Lemon. Michael, I'll have to look at that. Hold on. Stand by. Michael said there's a New Lemon. Yeah, off the Carolinas. Well, that's the one that we just talked about. That's interesting. So, yeah, remember I showed you here. I'm going to show it to you. The new site is awesome. Here, I'm going to show you what the Euro was showing you. Right. No, it might be in the GFS. Yeah. So here, check this out. So here's the GFS, and there's a New Lemon out there. Here, I'll go ahead and show you that right there. Right. There's your New Lemon off the coast of North Carolina. And if you look, there it is. See it? Goes out to sea. Doesn't bother anybody, but that is where it's from. It's that one right there off the Carolina coastline. Let's go back to radar. Cruise leaves tomorrow, preparing for choppy seas. Amanda, you're okay. Actually, you're okay for another 3 or 4 days. It's not going to get bad till later. And if you're going south, you'll be okay. Orlando, what's behind Erin? Again, the GFS says there's going to be something going into the Gulf, but otherwise, that's at the end of August. Ban Teespring, Anna Maria says, yes. I would if I could. Just a nightmare. Absolutely nightmare. Scrolling through, cruising Greenland to Baltimore. Ooh. The week of the 25th, though, you'll probably be okay. Oh, yeah, you'll be okay. You'll be okay, Jackie. Keep scrolling. Erin. So, again, if you're just tuning in, I'll go ahead and show it to you again. I'm scrolling through all of your comments. And I'll just flying out of Tampa the 23rd, 27th. You should be okay. Thank you, Minerva. Myrtle Beach. You know, maybe a little breezy, but not a big deal. RJ got a full refund from PayPal. Yep. RJ, that is exactly what you need to do. PayPal has just been Teespring has been a nightmare. Eliminate's just a yellow shaded area, Diane, from the Hurricane Center. I would absolutely get a refund from them and then jump into Fourth Wall because you will get it quickly. They're our new distributor and they've been great. And apologies to anybody who's had trouble with Teespring. I did too. I ordered so many things, I never got them. They were supposed to send profits that they made so we can donate it to charity. Some of them never came. They kept it. Just terrible, terrible. So, Cocoa Beach, you're fine next week, Melissa. So, Spencer's asking what's behind Erin. All right? Fish storm, not Canada. All right, so let's go ahead and show you one more time. right, we're going to go back and show you the track. Here's the, we'll zoom in real quick on the radar. So there's the rains going on from Gibsonton up to Progress Village, up towards Seffner. And then some storms, New Tampa area, Plant City, back over toward Lakeland, Highland City. And these are moving here. Let's go ahead and put this in motion for you. Kind of moving just south of southwest. And these are fizzling once they're hitting the bay, Hillsborough Bay. All right, so let's go back in and show you the track again for Erin. We'll go ahead and talk about Erin real quick, and then we'll call it a night. So there's Erin, winds of 85 miles an hour. It is up. It is up from earlier. And it's got that look, doesn't it? It's just got that look. In fact, there, you know, you can just see that little buzzsaw shape. But what's crazy is look at what the Hurricane Center's saying. Wait a minute, Amanda, am I your boyfriend? Or are you supposed to ask your boyfriend? That's cute. Tell your 5-year-old I said hello. No flooding, Melissa. No flooding. All right, so anyway, so there's a look at what we're talking about. There is the track. Staying, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in for you guys again, because that kind of helped. Pensacola, nothing to worry about, William. You got that second one that GFS is showing you. I will show you that in a minute, and then we'll call it a night. So let's go ahead and zoom in. So zoom right down. All right, so here's where we are, right? Each degree is 60 miles, or each tenth of a degree is 60 miles. So each little block is 60 miles. So if you look at where you're talking about for the islands, it's at least 100 miles out. Tropical storm force winds extend 115 miles out. Nope, Virginia Beach will get some surf carry, but there will be no weather with it. No squally weather. And then you notice how quickly it goes from a 1 to a 2 to a 3 to a 4. Look at that. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna post that on social, because that's pretty wild. 1, 2, 3, 4 in each time increment. That is rapid intensification. Staying east of the Bahamas, but they're going to probably get some tropical storm force winds. Yeah, they will get tropical storm force winds, not hurricane, but they'll get tropical storm force winds in the Bahamas. Because if it's right there and it's Cat 4, I would say hurricane force winds will extend 100 miles out. So it's way more than 100, but they'll definitely get tropical storm force winds. So I would say eastern and central Bahamas are going to get some tropical storm force winds out of this on Monday and Tuesday. It seems pretty likely. And then it curves and hopefully misses Bermuda, which is right there where St. George is. But look how far it is away from the U.S. So yeah, I would say the eastern and central Bahamas are definitely going to get a little bit of wind out of this, some tropical storm force winds, but nothing that they have not seen a million times before. All right. Tell them, oh, thank you, Maddie. Tell Maddie I said hello. All right, so, and I will show you guys one more time, again, the reason there's some buzz from the GFS is because the GFS is spinning up. Look down here. And this is what the GFS does. And it is wrong 97% of the time. It's right 3%, if you want to be that way, but it's wrong 97% of the time, 10 days out. But it does develop a tropical storm and a hurricane. It brings it into the Gulf and brings it into the northern Gulf on the 28th of August. So there you go. Cuba on the 26th. It's my birthday. 27th on my son's birthday. 28th up there. So that is what the GFS does. Look what the Euro does. Nothing. Zero. Zero. Here's the 27th and 28th. Zero. Which is why we ridicule it. Yeah, Katie, I mentioned Bermuda. It's going to get close to Bermuda. But at this point, too early to know for sure. But I will show you, these are the ensembles, and the ensembles do show a few runs, a few members with development and going into the Gulf. They do show it. There's only a handful, but it is showing it. So it isn't completely impossible that something does develop and goes into the Gulf. It is a possibility. It's probably not a high possibility at this point, but it is a possibility. Virgin Islands, tropical storm force winds. Tropical storm force winds extend 115 miles out from the center of this storm. So, again, if the center is 100 miles from the Virgin Islands, 110, then you're probably going to see borderline tropical storm force winds. In other words, 40, 45. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. They get that many, many times. All right? So there you go. It's all good. All right, guys. Well, I am going to eat my dinner. This was an OG version of DPL, BYB, because, you know, TTFN, because we weren't on TV tonight. So it was a totally different feel, right? I didn't have to worry about breaks. I didn't have to worry about getting everything timed out. I mean, we could just kind of do what we often do. And I like it. I kind of like it like this. Shannon, how you doing? So, again, eastern and central Bahamas are probably going to get tropical storm force winds out of this. Flying to Virgin Islands on Sunday, Jamie wants to know. I think you'll get in. I think you'll get in. And you never know what the airlines are going to do, though. You just don't know. You don't know what the airlines will do. But I personally don't think the weather's going to be that bad. So, and I think the Carolinas, I think the Outer Banks is going to get some wind out of this, but nothing terrible. Like just some breezy weather. Going to get some water. Going to get some high surf, maybe even some coastal flooding and some beach erosion. Yes, yes, and yes. But weather, squally weather, probably not. All right. Well, there's a lot of Lightning games coming up, Anna Maria, and whenever the Lightning are going to be on, I will not be on TV. So, because that's, obviously the Lightning will be on the spot as opposed to me. So yeah, there will be plenty of time starting in September where there will just be the original OG folks. Just a little extra choppy cruising to Nassau on Wednesday, Amy wants to know. Well, here, I'll show you that map again. Here is the waves. Here are the waves. Joel, how's it going, man? Nice to see Joel back. Joel was gone for a long time. All right, so here is next Wednesday. And it's, you know, Bahamas, 6 to 10. So not, and in Nassau, not, well, maybe 6 to 8. So, you know, maybe a little choppy, but not horrific. But a little bit of chop to it. A little bit of chop to it. You're very welcome, Kate. Heading to Boston from Sarasota on Monday. You will be fine. Nothing to worry about. Carrie wants to see tomorrow's radar. You guys are not going to let me eat my dinner, are you? What the heck? Okay. All right. Futurecast. One more time, and then I'm going to eat my dinner. All right. So, dry in the morning. No rain in the morning at all. No rain until maybe 3 o'clock. Inland areas start picking up showers. There's 4 o'clock. There's 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock, it starts to build. 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 10. And it moves through. And for Sunday, same thing. Sunny in the morning. No rain at all. And the storms start to build in the afternoon. All right? Okay, what's for dinner? I got a salad, and so I've been eating these. All right, so this will sound kind of weird, but I've been eating these. This is definitely DPL stuff now. Get the feet up with the socks. My socks I walk around with no shoes on most of the time, so my socks are dirty. So I've been taking these really thin strips of Publix sweet ham. I used to eat Boar's Head, now I've been eating the Publix sweet ham because it's cheaper. So really thin, not shaved, but very thin, right? So not shaved, very thin. And I take it and put a little bit of cream cheese over the ham. And then I roll it in a scallion. So you got the ham over the cream cheese over the scallion. And I think the thinner scallions are better because the thick ones are really powerful, like a lot of flavor to it, too much for me. And I've been eating those lately. And they're really good. So that I've been eating. And then I got salad. And then I don't know, I have to look and see what was packed. I'm not sure, it's a surprise. So that's about it. No dad, I got my dad's shoes, but they're in the back. So it is good. Sandy, isn't it good? It's so good. Ooh, a little horseradish with the cream cheese. Now, you know what? That's an interesting idea. What I've been doing is I've been doing diced jalapeno, putting it in the cream cheese, mixing it up, and using that on bagels, because I love jalapeno. And I thought about doing it on the ham, but I haven't done it yet. But that sounds kind of good with horseradish, because I do love horseradish. Oh, my God. David wants me to do the forecast again for tomorrow. You guys are not going to let me eat dinner. What the heck? Ooh, around a dill pickle, too, Debbie says. Ooh, that's good, too. All right. One more time. For those in the back, for those that got here late, well, I mean, I get it. We're on at 7:30, so you're only an hour late. Maybe you're in Mobile, and it's Central Time as opposed to Eastern. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. All right, here we go again. So in the morning, it will be rain-free. No rain in the morning. Heat advisory, we're probably going to have a heat advisory. I've not seen if we have it yet, but we're probably going to have a heat advisory. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we're good to go. And then once we hit 5 or 6, inland storms start to pop. They get stronger, more consolidated, and it moves inland. It moves to the coast. See? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 offshore. So the morning will be rain-free. And Sunday, the morning will be rain-free too. No rain at all in the morning. And then in the afternoon, it builds. All right? All right. There you go. So you guys have a great night, a great weekend, and we will be back on Monday with our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. I'm looking for one. Hey, could you give me a radar one more time? Yeah, David, go in the morning and you're good to go for that bike ride. All right? All right, guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you on Monday.